Hey guys, it's iTalkApple, and today I'll be talking about switching to Mac. So this video is just about if you're looking to buy a Mac, what Mac you should buy, what Mac suits you, and then what you might run into when you're in an Apple store buying a Mac or buying a Mac online. So this is just for people who either haven't bought a Mac before or who are looking to buy a Mac, maybe another Mac, and they don't know exactly which model to purchase. So the first decision you're going to want to make is, do you want a desktop or do you want a laptop? Generally, people on the go, of course, use laptops because you can take them anywhere with you. Students, for example, who might want to use a MacBook to take notes in class. Otherwise, desktops are fine unless you're planning to take the computer around the house with you. Then again, laptop. But this video isn't really about desktop versus laptop, it's just the different types of Macs. So if you plan on getting a desktop, I'm just going to go through. The choices are a Mac Mini, the iMac, or the Mac Pro. A few months ago they updated the Mac Mini, so it's much better for new Mac users now. And I never really used to recommend the Mac Mini, but with these updates I definitely do. The Mac Mini starts at $599, and I think it's perfect for everyday computing. So what I mean by that is checking your email, browsing the web, listening to music, watching some movies, viewing pictures, but not anything really intense, obviously. The Mac Mini is a really compact machine. It is portable. You could take it somewhere if you wanted to. It's about this big. The thing with the Mac Mini is that it's bring your own keyboard, mouse, and display type thing. So if you are switching from a PC, you can always use your old monitor, your old mouse, and your old keyboard with it. But in my opinion, then you're not really getting the whole full Mac experience. So that's really the only con for me with the Mac Mini, besides the fact that it's not the fastest Mac you could buy, of course, but it suits most people just fine. Since it is bring your own display, you won't be able to take advantage of video chatting or photo booth, so I recommend, if you do get the Mac Mini, to buy a cheap webcam to try out those features. The iMac is my personal favorite Mac. I do have an iMac. I have an older model, but it is the perfect family computer or semi-professional computer, especially the new 27-inch quad-core versions. A lot of unexperienced computer users don't really understand that the iMac, this is all there is to it, this screen, and then the computer is in the display. It's called an all-in-one, so everything is just all in one package. It saves a lot of space, and I have a review on the iMac. If you want to see that, I'll have a link in the description. I love this computer. iMac literally comes with one cord that you plug in and then you're ready to go. It's really easy to set up. All Macs are, but for a desktop computer this is pretty remarkable. And the 21.5-inch suits most people. It's fast, it's got good amount of storage, comes with 4 GB of RAM standard, so you'll be able to do pretty much anything on the iMac 21.5-inch. If you're using the iMac as a family computer, if it's like the only desktop computer in your house and it's something you all share, I recommend the 27-inch because obviously it's huge. It's great for multiple people. There's a lot of storage space, so you can it seems like everyone has kind of their own computer, even though they really don't. And it's nice for watching movies if you want to, and things like that. Another great advantage with the iMac is that it will last you a long time. You're not going to buy the iMac and then if an update comes out, you're not going to feel like your iMac is out of date. They're really fast and nicely designed, and it doesn't ever really feel old. So that's a really big advantage with the iMac that you won't necessarily get with the Mac Mini. The Mac Pro is strictly for professionals. I don't think you should go out and buy your 15-year-old son a Mac Pro. Not worth it unless he's really serious about video editing or photo editing. And when I say serious, I mean really serious. Because the iMac now, the 27-inch model, there are quad-core versions, Core i5 and Core i7. So pretty much the only advantage for getting a Mac Pro over the iMac would be that you can get 8 cores and up to 8 TB of storage, because there's 4 hard drive bays internal, so you can always add more storage space to the computer. So it is really better for professionals who are going to need a lot of space. and it's obviously a lot more expensive starting at $24.99, so $2,499 for the quad-core version, the low-end version, whereas the iMac for 21.5 inches starts at $1,199. Mac Pro, most people don't need it. And in addition, with the Mac Pro, once again, you're going to have to purchase a display or use an old display. So with the iMac, you're really getting everything that you need. That's it for Apple's desktops. You could probably tell that I really think the iMac is the way to go. You can't go wrong with it. Unless you aren't really doing much on your computer, then a Mac Mini should be fine and it'll save you a lot of money. The MacBook's great for students because it has 7 hours of battery life, so it lasts all day. A huge trackpad with multi-touch gesture support, so you can do cool gestures like with switching through photos, going through your internet browser, scrolling through web pages. And if you do need kind of desktop functionality, if you feel that 13 inches is too small of a screen, you could always hook it up to an old PC monitor that you used to use. And if it does slow down after a couple of years, if you think 2 gigabytes of RAM isn't enough, don't buy Apple RAM, buy RAM online. It's very easily upgradable. The MacBook Pro is a step up from the MacBook. There's a lot more variety for the models because there's 13-inch, 15-inch, and 17-inch MacBook Pro models, and obviously there's a lot more configurations for speed. The MacBook Pro 13-inch isn't really at all better than the MacBook 13-inch because all it has really is that backlit keyboard. It's got an SD card slot on the side for easy picture viewing and importing of photos, and it's made of aluminum, so you might think that it's more durable, although the MacBook and the MacBook Pro both have a unibody design, so they feel really sturdy. However, the MacBook Pro does have a faster processor, so that is why it has the name Pro. You know, it's for more professional stuff. The 15-inch is kind of like the sweet spot for me. I think that it's if you only have one computer, then the MacBook Pro 15-inch is the way to go as far as the laptops go because it's a nice screen, still portable, and it is a fast computer. The 17-inch is more of a desktop replacement, so by that I mean it's huge. It's not the most portable thing because it's like over 5 pounds, so you're not going to be taking it everywhere with you, but it still is portable if you want to use it around the house. MacBook Air, to me, really has a small market base. That's their ultra-thin, ultra-light computer. The MacBook Air is good for people who are always on the go, flying a lot, want more than a netbook. It's by no means slow, but it's definitely not a powerhouse. So if you are some kind of business person who's doing a lot with video and stuff, I would recommend a MacBook Pro, not a MacBook Air. The MacBook Air is more for people who are making a lot of Word documents and presentations, more businessy than creativity. But that is just my own personal opinion. The MacBook Air, a lot of people have different opinions on it. Those are Apple's computers. When you want to buy an Apple computer, you can either go to the Apple retail store online, an Apple retail store, or a reseller like Best Buy or Mac Mall or something like that, either online or an actual walk-in store. I do recommend buying a Mac from Apple themselves. I just feel like if you're a first-time Mac user, that's the better way to go. So I'm just going to go through some things if you do go to a store, what they're going to try to get you to buy and whether you should buy it or not, because they're pretty good at getting you to buy stuff there. So first thing is MobileMe. They're going to kind of try to get you to buy MobileMe. MobileMe is pretty much like an internet storage service. So when you buy MobileMe, you get 20 gigabytes of storage in a cloud, they call it. So you can access files from any computer, like wherever you go. You could just go to me.com, log in, and access whatever files you've put on your iDisk, which is that like virtual 20 gigabyte hard drive. And you can keep all your files in sync with your Mac, your iPhone, and your PC, so you don't have to manually really change anything to make sure that everything has the same files and settings and stuff. And it's $99 per year or $149 for a family pack. And with MobileMe you also get an email address. I really recommend that you purchase AppleCare. It may seem expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Apple support is considered one of the best support services out there, and all my experiences have been really pleasant when you walk into an Apple store and go to the Genius Bar to fix something, or if you call them up on the phone. A while ago my MacBook's hard drive died. I called them up on the phone and they helped me through everything. I scheduled an appointment to go to the Apple store, and then they gave me a new hard drive for free, of course, because I had AppleCare. And if you don't have if you do not have AppleCare, repairs like that may be almost as expensive as buying a new computer. It may seem like you're spending something at first, but you're saving money long term. Finally, iWork, which is Apple's Office suite, comparable to Microsoft Office, but not really. You can watch my iWork versus Microsoft Office video. I'll have a link to that in the description as well. iWork is normally fine for people who aren't really in school or anything, but if you are in school, I usually recommend Microsoft Word if your school uses a PC, because it's just easier instead of having to export documents you make in iWork to the Microsoft Office format. It's just easier. Microsoft Word is very pricey, but you can always buy the student edition, which will save you a decent amount of money. iWork is definitely a bargain though at only $79, and Keynote is a really great presentation software that's included in iWork. So that's it for my switching to Mac video. This is only the first one of a few more. I'll be going over the operating system, setting up your Mac, things like that, because I've gotten so many requests from new Mac users or people looking to buy a Mac, and I think this will really help them. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped, and if you have any questions, comment. I'll try to answer them, but just keep in mind that I'm really busy with school. Yeah.